Hello and welcome to another edition of Broncos Talk Sports, Totally Soccer Edition. My name is Christian Manoukian, and alongside me is our analyst, Kevin Martinez. How are you, Kevin?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good, thanks. We're feeling pretty confident because we just predicted some of the Champions League fixtures that happened last week. We spoke about Juventus Tottenham, and we said it was going to be a close game, two evenly matched teams on paper. And so it turned out, 2-2 in the first leg. Tottenham went down 2-0 early in the game, and then they rallied and came back 2-2. Those are I'm saying two a lot. Those are two really important away goals for them. And well, now with this is very complex, interesting tie. How do you think it's going to turn out? You know, they're going to go back to Wembley. Tottenham have finally built up a bit of a home advantage at Wembley, which they didn't previously have. How do you think it will turn out for them?
Definitely, I'm a little shocked at the result. Juventus was very strong, but then Tottenham definitely turned it around. They got Eriksen on the ball a lot, which helped them a lot. I think they're going to come up on top now. Definitely a hard result for Juventus to come back. They could do it. They've been there before. But I think Tottenham has the momentum and the confidence going in, especially the way the Premier League's been going for them lately and now Champions League. I think they're going to come up on top.
Who do you think is the standout player in that tie? Because there's so many amazing players on both sides. Who do you think is really the main man for either of the teams?
I think Eriksen is the main man out of either team. Like, if he's playing his best football, Tottenham's hard to beat. Like, he definitely proved it in the second half. He was on the ball. He facilitated the first assist, and he was just creating a lot of damage for Juventus that they couldn't figure out how to stop him. So I think he's the main player.
Well, as I said, we're feeling confident. We also predicted last week's Real Madrid PSG fixture, which ended up 3-1 the first leg to Real Madrid. You must be pretty excited.
Yeah, very excited.
And it really was a one-way affair, one-way traffic, really. Real Madrid, who is a fantastic team, PSG, who really, as we said in last week's episode, a decent team, but with a lot of cracks showing, and it showed in the game. What do you think about the game itself?
I thought the subs Zidane made were perfect at the right time, but the center mids for Real Madrid is what won it for them. Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, they had a phenomenal game with Marcelo, who's always playing his best. It showed that PSG's not all there yet. Like, they still need a year to get together. The connection up top is not what people expect. Definitely Neymar, Cavani. There's always some tension there, and I think it's showing a little more in the big games now. So it's going to be tough for them to come back at home, but who knows? You know, they definitely came up last year on Barca, so should be exciting second game.
Really exciting. I just think it's so difficult when you have a player like Neymar who's such a big ego and he demands all these things, and if he doesn't like the coach, he creates a fit, and you know, it's kind of an annoying personality to play with if you're someone like Cavani, who's the club's all-time top goal scorer now. The guy is no slouch, you know, but he has to play with Neymar, who has done some interesting things in his career, but has just caused a lot of issues. So I don't know if this year will be another repeat of Barca last year. I think Real Madrid, personally, have too much in the tank for them. Just a quick preview of today and tomorrow's Champions League games. There's 8 more teams playing, 4 more fixtures. The big one, I guess you could say, is Barcelona and Chelsea. This is a storied fixture. It's been going on for a long time and a lot of amazing results. You're watching the game just before we started filming. What do you think of the game so far, of the dynamic between the two teams?
I think it's going how everybody expected it. Barcelona to have the ball, and that's how it's going to be in both games. They're going to have the ball a lot. Chelsea's always been comfortable waiting for teams, so I feel they're in the spot where they're fine. Score 0-0 at home. Barca hasn't really created much. So they're okay breaking off on the counterattack. Maybe they'll switch it up in the second half, bring in a bigger forward. They have Hazard playing false 9, so definitely doesn't get the ball as much as he would like in the areas he liked. But I think it's going in Chelsea's favor right now, the way they want it to go. Because we all know Barca is fine with having the ball, but if they can't create the right chance, then it's just going to be in the game, in the middle, just possession, which tends to get a little boring, but that's how all the fixtures have been between Chelsea and Barcelona.
That's how they grind it out, and that would be a huge result for Chelsea because their manager, Antonio Conte, is under a little bit of pressure, you could say, with some of the results that have not gone his way and some of the comments he said in the media. We'll have to wait to see how that one turns out. You know, there's always Messi to contend with. He's just in another world, so we don't know how that one's going to turn out. I'm not feeling confident enough to predict that. Just a quick note for some of the other fixtures. Manchester United is playing Sevilla. Roma is playing Shakhtar Donetsk. And Bayern currently today is playing Besiktas of Turkey. Some interesting ties there and some things to watch out for. But till next week, this has been another